Good evening everybody, welcome to Sim Racing Barrel, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Automobilista 2 and we're going to be checking out some of the tracks that have been released as mods for AMS2. So we're going to try and drive as many of them as we possibly can this evening and give our thoughts on them and basically whether they fit well within the whole grand scheme of things with the other AMS2 tracks which we have available to us. So yeah, plenty to go through this evening, plenty to talk about, and yeah, super excited to check out some new tracks available for AMS2. So we'll get ourselves in there in a moment, and I'll show you what we've got available to us. But just a quick thing before we start, obviously if you're looking at adding modded tracks to AMS2, first of all you need to make sure you install them properly. So there's a lot of instruction on how to do that, but obviously having something like AMS2 Content Manager really helps with that, makes things nice and simple for you. And with tracks as well, you have to install the Project Cars 2 Trees pack as well to get them up and running. So if you're still having issues with tracks and trying to get them working and things, worth revisiting some of the steps and just making sure you've done everything absolutely spot on. But we have them all up and running, so we can give them all a test this evening. So welcome to it, guys. Good to have you with us. Let's dive in with the first one we're going to be looking at this evening, and that is this. We're going to go in the Mini, and we're going to go to Brno in the Czech Republic, and see how this goes. So let's get into this now. Let's load in. Evening, Marty. How do you do? How are we all doing? Evening, Raymond as well. Good to have you. Welcome along. Yeah, excited to check out some of these tracks. We've not done one on tracks in AMS2 before. We've done some of the modded cars. There's obviously been more since we did that, so we might run a few modded cars this evening just to kind of throw those into the mixture as well. But we haven't done one on the tracks themselves, so let's go and do that. I know a lot of you guys have probably already driven most of these, but it's always good to have a bit of a play around and see what we're dealing with here. So, okay, so we're in the Mini and we're here at Brno. Good start. Can't even see anything. Oh, there we go. We're on the track, everybody. Alright, so we just drove through the pit garage while the door was down, which is not the normal way of exiting a garage such as that, but here we are, we're on the track. First of all, there's some clues at the end of the pits there, or outside of the first corner, to say where this particular track has come from. Of course, it's from Project Cars 2. So it should fit in quite nicely with the Madness engine. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. So let's go see how this thing drives on track. Now, also another thing to bear in mind is a lot of these tracks, some of them will have their own individual installation advice. But one of the more universal pieces of advice to do is to turn off track penalties, because otherwise you'll keep getting track disallowed issues, so you won't be able to actually record any lap times at all. So you can't actually do that within test day, which is where we are now, so you will see some track limits penalties coming up on the screen, but when you're in the actual race you can turn those off by the rules and regulations menu. So you need to do that if you want to have lap times registered, especially if you're doing qualifying and things. So, evening Johnny, how are we doing? Right, so this particular track then, Brno, is actually quite a favourite of mine actually. I really enjoyed driving this particular track when it was in the original Race 07 and obviously the race before that as well, and GTR 2 as well. So Brno holds a very special place in the world of sim racers' hearts, I think, doesn't it really? It's one of those tracks which we've become accustomed to. Perhaps you weren't too familiar with it before, but the actual Brno circuit itself is one of those ones which stems from a long way back in the world of sim racing, which it's quite comforting in a way. So it's a nice flowing circuit. Got some good elevation changes in it as well. Now, I'm not sure about the Project Cars 2 tracks, whether they were laser scanned or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe someone can shed some light on that for us, but interesting to see how they look. Slickster, welcome! What track is this? This is Brno from the Czech Republic, and it's one of the Project Cars 2, or Project Cars modding team creations for AMS2. We're just kind of feeling our way around to start off with, just to getting used to the Mini. Not driven the Mini for a little while, so it's good to reacquaint ourselves with that. But the track looks really nice. It's nicely detailed. Lots of life around the outside of the circuit as well. This first corner here is really, really long, so you have to make sure you carry the right amount of speed through there, because it's so easy to wash off to the left-hand side there and then get into all sorts of strife. So here we go, then up towards what's essentially turn 2. And a couple of gears, try and get it hooked up on the inside, and then bring it back over to the left because we're straight away into a right-hander. One, you need to get a decent exit off there because you have a bit of a straight behind that, so carry some momentum down the hill. Speaking of downhill braking for next right-hander. Avoid the tyre stack on the inside there. And we're into the kind of the infield section here, which you do need to get a decent rhythm through, otherwise you just start missing corners and all sorts. So get it back over to the right hand side here, because there's another chicane. There's quite a few of them, not really chicanes as such, but they're just left and right corners linked together, which seem to appear quite frequently on the circuit layout. So you'll quickly get used to that kind of that kind of layout on the track, because you'll be practicing it over and over again. And then this downhill right-hander here, quite a tricky one, as you can see. I've just missed it entirely. But then again, you try and get the power down nice and early and carry the momentum up the hill, because you start climbing back up quite steeply here. Again, you can really attack these braking points and corners as we start to go back up the hill again. Not the ideal line through there, but we've got through it. Yes, and Raymond, you're absolutely right. This track would be very familiar to those who are fans of motorbike racing, so MotoGP. I don't know whether do they still run around Brno? I'm sure they do. I don't really follow it very much these days, but I know it was a mainstay on the calendar for quite a while, so definitely one you'd be familiar with if you follow the bike racing. It's quite a nice little circuit. I enjoy it. It works well with cars too. It actually feels quite wide, so I don't know whether it's just because I'm basing my previous history of driving this on, as I said, GTR2 and race, but it does feel an awful lot wider here in AMS2, which makes for some decent opportunities to go side by side with other cars, which helps for racing purposes. Oops, turning a little bit too early there, don't want to grab that sausage curb on the inside. I'm sure there'll be plenty of sausage curbs smashed this evening, because that's how things seem to go here at SRB, so don't worry, I'm sure there's more coming. Right, let's try and see if we can carry a bit more speed through here. Not that much though. Curbs feel nice and detailed as well, you can get a good feedback through the wheel. So actually, in terms of feedback, obviously we have the current standard of AMS2 force feedback available to us, but sometimes when you get into a modded track, you don't necessarily get the same amount of detail as you would for the actual original tracks for a particular title, but here, all feels good so far. So Slickster says, able to add these with AMS2 Content Manager? Yes, indeed, you can. It's the easiest way of doing things with AMS2 Content Manager. You don't have to worry about installing them manually. It's just nice and easy, and you just select excuse me, select which ones you want to install and let the application do it itself. It's even easier now that it's got a graphical user interface as well, so it's just a case of just selecting which ones you want to install, and it shows you what's already installed as well, so nice and easy. Right, so here we go, to the final couple of corners here. That's too late. Luckily, nice wide track. Keep it on inbound. There we go. Over the light we go. But yeah, so Brno, really, really cool track. We will do some racing as well. We're not just going to be driving around on my own. We'll do some races and some of these as well, just to kind of show how they go, and just also to check how the AI handle the modded tracks as well. But strong start. So obviously we had the garage issue at the start, but once you're on track, no dramas whatsoever. So very good. Right. I'm kind of going to go through these quite quickly because there's quite a few tracks in the install at the moment, so plenty to work our way through. So, okay, we'll go back vertically here, and we'll go up to the top of our list and show you some of the ones which are new. So, obviously we have Azure, so we have the Azure Coast. So, if you're a fan of point-to-point racing, we have some point-to-point tracks now in AMS2, which is not something we had originally. So that adds a new dynamic to the sim. So you have the full stage length, and then you can have the different split stages, slightly shorter lengths, and then we have the reverse version of it as well. So 4 variants there. So we won't probably do all the stages and stuff, but we might just run through the Azure Coast this direction and see how we go. Right, so we need a suitable vehicle for this. Obviously something low and LMP-ish isn't going to work particularly well on regular roads. I'm thinking the RX cars, but we might see what else we can find here. Something that's going to be particularly quick, but also able to deal with all the bumps and stuff. Let's have a look down here. All the road cars and stuff, which could be a bit of fun. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do the RX cars. We'll take those out. We'll run that one. 10 o'clock in the morning is fine. Okay. Don't worry, it's not night time as the background suggests. So with the RX cars, obviously we're going to have some rather quick acceleration and 4-wheel drive to play with. I also have a handbrake which is now mapped properly in game as well. So rather than using a button on the steering wheel as I have done in the past, I will actually have some kind of control with my handbrake inputs, which would be really nice. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is I'm going to increase the gearing, because rallycross cars are geared for very short, sharp acceleration. So we want to extend that because there's going to be some longer stretches on here which we need a little bit more gearing and assistance that way. So we're going to move it over. We can't do much with it, but every little helps. It's certain supermarket brands say. Right, and yeah, let's go and drive this one. I've not driven the full length of this. I've driven like the first sections of it, but I've not driven the whole length, so expect crashes. So here we are, we're starting in the, I guess the harbour area for the Azure, or Monaco. Let's see how we get on. So again, this is another one from the Project Cars 2 stable. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, raising the barriers already. Rallycross cars obviously have hooded tyres on as well, so not exactly ideal for tarmac stages. The Miara, kind of a cut slick. It's a bit of a lock up into there. And over the curbs here, just regular street curbs to deal with, so not particularly forgiving. Alright, what have we got here? This is a roundabout section. This is where we can just kind of cut through there. Luckily we're in the RX car. Bumps no problem. Behind the sign. Alright, where are we going here? Okay, this is where it cuts left up here. It's a bit tighter. These RX cars are so fun. Right, I'll keep to the right hand side here. I'm used to driving on the right. Okay, so 6th gear, absolutely flat out, up over the crest there. And keep it pinned on the dual carriageway section here. At some point we're going to peel off, just down here. Right, brake and a downshift and chuck it in. There's a little twitchy right now. This is where things start to get a little bit hazy in my memory, so let's see how we get on here. No, that wasn't as tight as I was expecting it to be. Tightens though. No. Too bad so far. Also trying not to burn through the tyres too quickly. It's a wall. Probably baby crashes. Look at it, they build these RX cars tough. Floor it. Floor it again. Okay, saved it. Oop, and tight it. Okay, I'm still going. This is almost getting myself into a bit of a rallying headspace here, ready for EA WRC, which is coming out this week, which I'm super excited for. What are we going here? Oh, left. Of course, here, the difference being is that you don't have any pace notes or track map going on at the moment, so very much left to reading the road ahead of me to try and figure out what on earth's going on and where I need to brake and things, so a little tricky. No, second barrier strike of the day. Okay, at least I can see a little bit further ahead of me here. Don't know what that speed sign was, 50, okay. Must obey the speed limits at all times, of course. That's why you obey the speed limits, because things like that happen. Crests and things. Bit of a jump over the top there. Oh, no. Just kept out of the wall. That's the main thing. It is a bit of a fun combo, this one, Marty. No shame involved. Whoa, bit of a nosedive. Going into a hairpin in the fourth gear is probably not the best plan. Sort of crests and dips in the road here. Whoa! Who knew? Oh, some bonnet damage issue. Who knew the DS3 was such a nose-heavy car? It likes to drop very quickly when you go over those jumps, and then you just don't see where you're going. Oh dear, it's well broken now. Okay. Let's see if we can finish it out at least. It's quite a good little stage actually, really. I mean, you wouldn't want to drive this in anything other than a suitable vehicle like a rally car, would you really? Because imagine trying to take your precious supercar up here. It'd be absolutely destroyed within minutes. Not that I particularly kept this DS3 intact, of course. Another jump there. The tunnels. I mean, it looks really nice, doesn't it? It's nice and detailed. Some good scenery. Not that you have too much time to stare at it as you're flashing through these corners. Well, that's just an inviting corner for a bit of a slide through there, isn't it, really? Right. Brakes again. Very cautious at the moment. Which is why I'm throwing it sideways like that. Where are we going now? I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty long stretch of road, so that's why they've broken it into stages. Speed limit's dropped to 30. Good reason. She has a bit of a rally legend feel to it, if you've seen anything about some particular event. Just need a whole load of crazy rally fans and some flares and all sorts of stuff going on. of the lay-bys as well with the cars parked in them. Don't know how they're going to get out of there because they're rather solid-looking walls they've been blocked in with. But they weren't expecting that when they pulled over to admire the view. Oh, okay, alright. I honestly saw a wall and barrier and thought this is the end. Speaking of ends, there it is. Yeah, that was properly fun. I mean, obviously I had a few offs there, and with a bit more practice and figuring out where I'm going, yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I mean, that's Nordschleife length in terms of time, 7 minutes 54. Not bad. Not bad at all. Baraka, welcome. It says the elevation changes in this track is so cool. It is. It's very much up and down, as you would expect for like a mountain road in the Azure coast. But yeah, good fun that. Honk. Tarmac specialist? No, I don't think so. Bit of a barrier specialist, really. So there we go. That's the Azure coast. That's the full one. Obviously, there's different stages, so if you wanted to learn it a bit more in depth, you could do stage by stage and repeat them over and over so you have a better grounding of it. But some really good sections in there, some quick bits, some tight, twisty bits, some lumpy bits and bumpy bits and all sorts. But yeah, really good. And brings a new dynamic, as I said, with the point-to-point side of things and using the RX cars. Adds a little bit of a rally feel to it, which is actually really, really fun. And there's another point-to-point one which we'll get onto quite shortly. But that's really neat and adds an extra element to AMS2, which is already pretty varied, to be honest. So more variation is welcome. Right, so there we go. So that's that. Next, another picturesque circuit. This one is actually a circuit because you go round and round. This one is Bannochbrae, based around Scottish roads. And we know that the roads in Scotland are particularly nice. So looking forward to driving this one. We need to find something suitable for this one. We won't go with the RX cars for this, but we will find... Oh, let's take the 250 GTO out, shall we? Let's do it. Oh, looking forward to this one. This one's a really pretty looking circuit from what I've seen of it. And I have driven a lap of it, maybe or two, in the past, but again, by no means an expert at this particular track. So let's go and find out together if I can keep this priceless 250 GTO in one piece. Right. So here we go. Cold tyres. Some expensive cars outside the front of their little Scottish cottage there. Must be a very affluent area of Scotland, this one. I love that the pit lane is literally just a road somewhere. You have some parking bays down the side here to pull up in front of your house. I like their Megans and M1s. Well, 1 series up here in Scotland. An A series as well. Right. So there we go. Look at the mountains in the distance. How cool is that? Now I see the lake to the right. Okay. Let's go explore. Ooh, some birds flying in the distance there. Oh, we've got the hot foods. Nice. Always need a hot food stand somewhere around your circuit. Right. Here we go then. Look at the scenery. It's pretty spectacular. Just going to have a bit of a cruisy first lap here just to take it all in. Oh yes, there's the unusual overrun sound on the Ferrari when you get into a echoey section of track. Forgot about that. Right. So, in terms of road width, it's quite wide, again, because your normal lanes for an A road up in Scotland wouldn't be this wide for your individual lane. It would be a bit tighter than this. Ooh. The reverb sounds a little bit off, but... Right. Have to go right here. Again, it's, pretty lively. We've got some stuff going on the side of the track there. We've got some sheep, very important. Yeah, look at the hillside up there with its kind of cliff face. It's very, very rugged looking indeed. This one's a little bit more familiar to me. Obviously, the road signs and all that kind of stuff is very, very familiar. Oh, look at the bridge here. It's pretty sweet. That's one issue we have with modded cars, I suppose. Different sounds. Thank you for driving safely, it says. Oh, we'll soon see about that. Right. Into a 50 zone, we can go a bit quicker. Oh, got some cows. And if they're the Spa Francorchamps cows. Road closed signs, see a lot of those around here. Into the town section now, which is very classic looking. We've got the English telephone boxes there, or Scottish telephone box there. Bannochbrae pub, very cool. It's like the kind of place you'd love to live, eh? As the circuit's concerned, it might be an interesting one to drive around with other cars. Ooh, almost had our first foray into the barriers there, or walls. And look at the scenery, it's just incredible, isn't it? It's so good. Bit of a bump off the bridge there. On the other side of the lake. This looks a little bit interesting through there. Gonna go over the bridge here. It's almost got two engine sounds going on there. Light it up. And again, I mean, looking across there, if you get the time of day right as well with some sunset, it's just looking incredible. The M1 isn't this wide. Yeah, I know, it's pretty wide. But I think if they did it actual width, then that would make it pretty difficult for racing on, but hey ho, it's fictional, so I suppose we can be a little aspirational with our road widths. Hey Funky! It says, would be more accurate with camper vans and German bikers filling roads. Yeah, there would probably be a fair amount of holiday traffic around here, I would safely assume. The Ferrari lives for now. It was nearly not in one piece. We're okay. Still got its shine on. And third through here. Zara says, reminds me of some of the roads of south of France. Oh, does it? I've not really driven or been around the south of France, so I wouldn't have that comparison available to me, but I can probably imagine actually with the Alps, etc., and some of the mountainous roads you would find around there. But it's probably a nice looking thing, isn't it? It's really well done. Let's go flat out through here and see what happens. Yep. That could be a bit tight if you have other cars on track with you. So to push on a little bit now, see if we can find a little bit more speed through these corners. Alright. It's just so easy just to get distracted by looking at the scenery. Right. I'm going to go flat through here because I think there's a rather tight corner coming up afterwards, but you can probably take a bit more speed through there actually. Okay, this is a slightly tighter right here. Going to end up in that person's garden, or indeed the river that's running parallel to the road there. But yeah, quite a special looking track. I mean, it's got a lot of visual interest around it, of course. But as far as the drive is concerned, yeah, I mean, it's a fun layout. It's got some nice corner combinations on it. It's bumpy as you would kind of expect. There we go. It's first ding in our very expensive Ferrari. Knew that was coming. almost put money on it. Said you would have to put money on it because not only does it happen twice now, you'd have to pay for the repairs because it would be a lot of money. Alright, anyway, let's press on. Proof there, if anyone needed it, that you should more fully learn circuits before you start pushing on too fast, and you should also take things a little bit slower and not go too fast too soon. But we have plenty of tracks to discover this evening, so time is of the essence, so we must press on. Let's check it through this bridge corner here. Lots of understeer, the grass, and we're through. Thread the needle. Yeah, that was through the gap. Yeah, a little bit tight through there. The other thing is, those big curves on the outside there, if you do end up sliding a little bit too wide, I'm pretty sure we'll have you off very quickly indeed. This bit's kind of difficult because you've got blind crests and things, so you're trying to gauge whereabouts you are on the road, and you end up braking too soon, and it's just, yeah, difficult. Alright, let's try and carry a bit more speed through here, and if we go off, we're off. But we've got to try. Getting air in a very expensive 250 GTO. Things you can do in sim racing, huh? Yeah, I mean, I could quite happily just, yeah, just keep turning laps around here because it really is just a pleasant driving experience, really. It's up there to rival Ibarra for the trackside distraction award. But yeah, so Bannochbrae, very, very cool. Like that. I'm going to head to the paint shop, get my 250 repaired. There are a couple of little brushes with the concrete walls. It's fine. Be okay. It won't cost that much. It's a cool 50,000 right there, says the RS. Yeah. Probably and the rest. Yeah. New chassis, please. Yeah, beautiful car. Also beautiful driving. Okay, so that's Bannochbrae, which is really, really nice. I like that. And again, it's another slightly different circuit available to you. A bit more roady, but also you could race it because it's a lap and you could have quite a bit of fun around there, I think, with various cars. So, next up, we've done Brno. Okay, next up is another point-to-point California highway. So those of you who are original Project Cars 2 users, I never really drove Project Cars 2, so this is new to me. But this is one from there again, so you'll be familiar with this. Again, we have just basically one direction and then the reverse direction available. So should you wish to start from one end and work the other way, that's fine. 12.83 miles. How far was the Azure coast? It's 11 miles, so this is a touch longer. So we'll go back and we'll use our RX cars for this one. We have the Underflash RX pack here as well. But I will stick with just the generic ones for now. We'll go with the Polo this time. Let's bring that time forward, see if we can get a bit more atmospheric. Let's try it. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Again, not driven this particular circuit, this particular stage. So yeah, and this one, it can't be broken up into individual smaller stages, so you have to learn it all in one go. Sorry. Right. Oops. Maybe we should, before we go out on track, let's just do the old start session. That's what I need. Let's do the gearing setup here because we need some assistance. We actually go down 2 clicks on that one, which is good. Right, here we go then. You can see the telegraph poles, or the wiring, moving there as well. That's quite cool. Pretty neat. Right, here we go then. So same rules apply as we had at the Azure coast. Push on, bound to crash. I'd expect crashes. I like it already. That's a nice start to the stage. Approved. Whoa, snap mid corner there. A little bit excessive, but we're okay. Bit of a cut there on the inside. Another cut there. Looks like someone else has already done that, so we'll follow suit. Why not? This is a fun road. Look at the tyre tracks across the dirt. Can't beat them, join them. Okay. Crash number 1. Only a light brush with the wall. So it's not too bad. Emergency parking only. Well, that was an emergency. I was going to crash. Squash that jump a little bit because I didn't know what was behind it. Luckily I did. Uh-oh. Moment of fear when you look at the shadows in the smoke there. Because the sun's behind us. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the moment of fear when you suddenly see the inevitable coming at you. Nice view of the ocean there. It's a little bit twisty up here. Slow it down. Into the foresty section here. Oh man. What I didn't realise until hitting this handbrake was just how crucial it is for the enjoyment factor for doing stuff like this. Because I could do it with a button, and you know, it would work to a degree. But it's nowhere near as satisfying as pulling the handbrake. What a piece of road this is. Okay. Well, this is pretty epic. Not being able to pay too much attention to the visuals, but it's not... It's also looking pretty good. There's a tunnel here. Okay. It's nice when you get to see a little bit further ahead of you so you can plan ahead as to what to expect. Oh, no way. confused me a little bit. Okay. We're good. Okay, onto a massive great big bridge. This is where we need the longer gearing for. Okay. We still have tyres left, which is good. Nice bit of a checkpoint here. We can just have a look and make sure everything's okay. And we're back into the cornering stuff. This is where your supercars have really come into their own here with being able to stretch their legs. And to do that. Oh my goodness. Right, into another tunnel. Oh yeah, we've got a distance counter at the top there. Wow. Hadn't even noticed that. I was too busy focusing on what was happening. Okay, that was a complete loop around there from the highway. I should be pointing out as well is that these cars don't come with tarmac tyres. That's why that unrealistically does 50. Yes, absolutely. Okay, again, another squash jump. It's because I didn't know what was coming. Here. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's why you slow down crests. Whoops. Too tight there. Tapping on the left-hand side there. Definitely a lot more open this bit here, less hairpin bends. Almost have to follow the telegraph poles. That gives you an idea of what's coming up at the next corner. Ooh, we've got a choice here, which way we go. We're going to go right. Drifter, yeah, absolutely. There's been plenty of that in this particular run. Going to admire some of the scenery here briefly. Or more corner marker boards come up here. We're going. Alright, we're alright, we're good. Actually, 50 points, 50 plus points, 1 second air jump. Okay. Into the gantry, I think that's the end, is it? Yep, there we go. Yeah, so it definitely opens up an awful lot more towards the end of the stage there. My word, that's so fun. So 7:59, just under 8 minutes for the full stage. Well, that's I'm just going to quickly just watch the replay there because there's a couple of sections I really want to see. Let's see if we can just fast forward that touch. Just this thing here. Trail of smoke behind us. That was that big snap mid-corner. Campbell needs to get to the store before it closes. Yep, this is the ideal road. Great camera angles as well, which is really good to see. Because sometimes you get stages like this and you don't get any kind of cameras at all. It's just you have to use the chase cam and things. But here, at least you get a view of what's happening. Sort of. So it was just a light brush, it wasn't too much. let's wind it forward and let's we'll avoid that bit. Let's have a look at here. Well, that's pretty cinematic. Look at that. Well, I must say that that particular track and that car, well, any of the RX cars, highly recommended combo for a bit of a smile. This is so good. Right, let's try and find that tunnel because I'm curious to see what that looks like going through the tunnel. It was about halfway through, wasn't it? Oh, that one. This one. The outside camera doesn't really show much of it, so we'll just do it as chase mode for now. We'll let the smoke settle as well, because otherwise you won't see what's going on. There we go. See how narrowly close we were to hitting the wall on the outside. It wasn't that bad actually. I honestly thought it was closer than that. Well, that's fun. It's really fun. I love that. Okay, so then obviously if you wanted to go the other direction where you could have the more open section first and then get into the tight twisty stuff to finish off, you can also do that too. So there we go. It's California Highway, which is, yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, onwards. Going down through the list here. What's the next that we have available to us, which is new? Okay. Another fictional one, this one. Mojave. Mojave Desert. A few different variations. We have the Boa Ascent, the Sidewinder, Coyote Noose, the Gila Crest, and the Cougar Ridge. All of which look very, very different indeed. So we'll pick a couple of these and give them a try. Which one should we go for here? Mojave Sidewinder, let's try that. It's only 1.65 miles in length, so a lot shorter. Let's find something else suitable to go on here. Let's have a look at the... Should we go with one of the supercars? Let's try the... This time, let's add some other vehicles to the mix here rather than just being me on my own. Let's do... we'll do the supercar class. We'll go in the Ultima, because that's safe. And then we'll go... Where is it? Let's do the Sidewinder here. Opponents. Do the same class. And see how they go. Alright. Yeah, the replay cameras were very good as well. I mean, it definitely adds to it. I mean, with such a long stage such as that, it can get quite difficult to get cameras all the way through, so it's good that they've been able to be added as well. Right, so, a bit of a circuit going on here. We have... oh, we're just straight into the race. We haven't got any practice at all by the looks of things, so that's fine. Where are we on the grid? Dead last. Perfect. We'll let them have their accident, and we'll catch it from there. Right. You also get, with some of these modded tracks, fancy little intro cutscenes before you jump in the car. Oops. Right gear. Nothing like learning a track by throwing yourself straight into a race. Right. Let's see where we're going here. Hit the McLaren, hit the McLaren. Maybe not quite the cars for this particular track. It's that tight. Maybe something a bit slower and more geared for this kind of road, perhaps. But again, you got some Pretty cool scenery. It's quite an arid looking desert land around this particular track. We still haven't completed lap 1, so let's see. We're just kind of merging into one at the moment. Into the tunnel. This looks like we're getting back down to the start-finish line here. Okay. Interesting little circuit. Quite tight at the first part of the lap. AI having a bit of a moment trying to get through this slow corner here. Taken on the outside. Embarrassing. He knows where he's going, I don't. That's my excuse. Oops, nudge. Reverb sounds a little better with the official cars. I like that last corner though, I like the dip in the middle of it and then how it spits you out the other side and you just get an armful of opposite lock. Just like that. Or that, giving this fellow Ultima a bit of hassle in front here. Let's return the favour. Well, that was unconventional, yet effective. I get the feeling this one's a bit quicker than I give it credit for, that corner. Maybe over ambitious trying to go down to second there that early. A few places to really let the Ultima rip. But again, AI seems to be handling it reasonably well. We're having a bit of a race here. Now things have settled down after the start where everyone was tripping over each other. Corner again. Always over slow it through that. And third. Sneaking it up the inside. Ooh, got caught on another car. Sorry. Just one end, never-ending lie to that, and that, just like that. We're through. That was a quick 4-lap race of Sidewinder, I believe that one was. What a fun-on little circuit with quick cars like that. A few armful moments where we were having to try and gather things back up again, but yeah, it worked okay. Where do we end up after all that chaos? 15th. Okay, we'll get halfway through the grid. It's not too bad. But the AI were pretty strong then, they held it pretty well. A bit more time on the track, I think we'll probably get a bit more confident with how I can attack the corners and things, but we probably chose probably the smallest version of the Mojave circuit, I think, actually. Alonso, welcome. Says it's a nice track. Yes, it's quite nice, actually. The tunnel's good, isn't it? When you go through it with the V8, it sounds nice. Okay, let's try another one of these Mojave ones, shall we? That looks even shorter, 1.16, 1.8. Ball 3.45 mile. That's the big one. Right, well, let's try that one, shall we? This time, let's try a different car combo here. Road surfaces are still fairly bumpy, so might not be advisable to go with full race spec cars, but maybe we do some G40s. What do you say? Let's do that. Let's go that one. And we'll just keep it the same class. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's go. Donald, welcome. Hello, good man. Hope you're good and having fun. Yes, absolutely, definitely having fun. Just had a bit of an epic rip through some American coastal roads in an RX car, which was amazing. So that was good fun. We're still in the States here in Mojave Desert, so okay. This time a little bit further up the grid in P5, so should be away from most of the carnage, but probably end up causing our own carnage, because again we're still learning this track, so let's go. The cinematic intro, here we go. Oop, don't roll backwards, not good. Bill starts, not easy. Come on, little Janetta, you can do it. And we're up and away. Right, this section we're sort of familiar with, maybe. Yeah, this was what we drove before. We've got a novice ahead of us. What are we doing? Right. Now we're on to okay. A test track banking. Interesting. What happens if you go all the way up here? Everyone's going to avoid this, but I'm going to go up the banking. Why not? NASCAR start. Oop, can't get it. Won't keep it up. Can't keep it up the high part. Keeps slipping down. Right. I'm going to break off the banking here. 3 wide. Everyone's keeping it pinned. Okay, we've got another straight. That's good. Right, well, that was a bit intense. Black Tiger, welcome. Where can I find the mods? So if you search up for Project Cars modding team, you can find a lot of the tracks there. Don't know if there's any other ones which I've downloaded which are from other sources, but I think they're all from there. Bit of a bump draft from the pink and white car behind. One's getting on the brakes, so should I. Coming from the Ultima to the Ginetta, it's I feel so slow. Still good fun car to drive. Welcome, Sam. It says don't do it tonight, but if you ever need AMS2 entertainment, try Superkart's Brasilia Auto with max AI aggression. They all spin at all 4 corners. Okay, that sounds fun. I like the outer circuit of Brasilia. That's one of my favourite ones to go to. Oh, here we go. Dropping down that hill here. I'll definitely give that a try, Sam. That sounds fun. Do you add some wild weather into the mix as well, just to make it even more interesting? I'll be going down the hill there. Here, back to our tunnel again, from the other direction this time. Favourite corner. That's not the last corner this time though, is it? Or is it? Maybe it is. It is. Just we don't have the grid lines on this particular layout for some reason. That's fine. Always end up on the outside of that particular corner there. Use all the track. Keep away from those crazy AI. This time we know we can keep it flat out around here because it's a straight on the other side. Bit of slipstream action going on. Let's get in behind this red one. White roads. Flapping like crazy. Good job it's not raining, otherwise we wouldn't be able to clear that screen. Here we go. Where are we going here? This is going to turn into a 4 wide situation if we're not careful. There's a bit of a drag strip thing there, and if we can get that up and running, that'd be interesting. It's sort of like what would be the start of a drag strip there. Oh, happens when you don't slow down early enough. Oops, sorry, after you. Away from me. You're the one that can get out of the way. Where are you going? It's that way. That's where you're supposed to go. Shall I turn around then? How about I turn around, then you can move too. Should we race together? Where are you? You here? Where are you? There you go. Just needed me to get out of the way. You're very civil and polite. Let's have a race with this guy. Not try the way that you tempted me to try. Uh-oh. Down the inside. Power slide out. Ooh, got the undercut, well done. Right. Race on with one other car because everyone else has disappeared off into the distance. But again, it's quite an epic landscape out in front there as well, so lots of interest visually. Last corner's good fun, like that. Yes, Black Tiger definitely use the content manager. It makes things a whole heap easier installing not just tracks but car mods as well. So with the banking here, you can really just throw the car in there and then use the vertical to slow you down a little bit extra if you need to. We've dropped our friend quite considerably there. So what you would need to do as well is create within your Steam install for AMS2, you need to create a mods folder where you can put them all in. I put 2 folders in there. I've got an enabled folder and then a backup folder as well. So if there's some that I don't particularly want to have in at the time, I can put them in there and then things are kept nice and neat. So. What I was thinking there, that was all over the place in terms of my inputs. It's all good. Oh, this is where we crashed last time. Goodbye. What happens when you don't have anyone to follow? Okay, not a bad track. Little bit of a track of 2 halves there. You have the long flat out section around the banking and then the straight, and then quite a tight little infield. But yeah, not a bad track. Probably not one I would spend the majority of my time driving, if I'm being honest. I mean, not to say it's a bad track, of course, but it just doesn't necessarily suit my feel of the driving. I guess I don't know, but it's not bad though. It's still a fun circuit. I'm sure with some other cars it might be a different story. But overall, look, can't fault the quality of the track. It's a well done mod. It looks really nice. The cars behave nicely on their AI. Are pretty good too. So yeah, so that's Mojave. There's a few different variations for you to try as well, should you wish to. Let's go. Oh, we've skipped over one. I'll have to go back. So used to seeing it in my list now that I forgot it was a new one. Fuji GP. The thumbnail, of course, for this evening. Now we did do that with the Group C Nissan, but I thought what we could do since we had WEC there not too long ago, let's do some GTE. We have the original GTEs and then the Thunderflash GTEs as well. So we'll jump in one of these. Let's try one of the Ferraris, shall we? Nice looking liveries there. Right, we'll go with that one. And let's select some opponents, shall we? We'll do multi-class here, and we want... we'll add the DPIs in. Why not? We'll add, of course, the other GTE class. We have a full field. And we have, somewhere on this list... somewhere, he says, hopefully. LMP2, let's add them in as well. Cool. Let's go check out Fuji. Now, Fuji's a circuit I've not really driven much as well. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, this is quite a popular track. I know it's on iRacing as well now. A lot of people enjoy driving at Fuji, obviously famous for races such as Super GT, Super Formula. But obviously WC WEC went there this year. So here we go. Going to jump into a race around here in the Ferrari. Very nice looking Ferrari it is too. Nice model, nice liveries. Here we go. Not H pattern. Don't want to start in third gear. Not ideal. Here we go then. Should have been a rolling start really for these cars, but nevertheless, we're up and running. Down towards turn 1 here at Fuji. On the brakes nice and early. Trying to avoid a pile-up into turn 1. Very tight right-handed turn 1 there. Wide behind. Right. And the brakes. It's turned in through here. So very quick but long right-hander. Does this tighten up here? I've forgotten. Yeah, sort of. Defend the inside here. That Castrol looking forward looks nice. It's been rounded up by one of the Corvettes. Big stop here. Let them sort themselves out into this very tight little section there. Now Fuji in the distance looking fabulous in the snow. Now this section here, it's kind of almost repetitive. You kind of have these long sweeping corners with late apexes which you have to kind of cut back into, which I completely messed up there. And then come into this final corner, again similar style, just let the car roll out to the middle of the track and then cut back in for a late apex onto the start finish straight. And the Aston's in front here, let's see if we can clear him. So it seems to be pretty good in the straight line. Big long straight here at the start of the lap. Again, looks really, really nice, doesn't it? As I said earlier on in the beginning of the stream, obviously with these tracks coming from Project Cars 2, which is also Madness engine, what it means for us is we have just as good quality looking visuals. So when you have modded tracks in other platforms, sometimes they're from much older sources and the overall detail level is a lot lower and doesn't necessarily stack up to the level of quality that you see from official made tracks within the title, or at least with double shift there. At least with these ones, they all look like they belong natively in AMS2, which is really nice. Nearly nailed the Porsche. Use this forward to help us through here maybe, but Porsche's going to go through the inside. Now we'll switch sides to the inside. We're sliding. We saved it. Now up to the inside of the Ford for the final corner. Nice. Yeah, double shifting there. Donald says, can you even go online with track mods? I think so. Obviously the other people would have to have the track mod installed as well. I believe you can. Ford's got us back into turn 1. Well, that's more than double shifting. Have we got transmission issues going on there? What's going on there? Minimum shift time. Oh, that would affect it on the paddles or not. Okay. Let's persist for now and see what happens. Yeah, still doing it. Okay, we're going to do something unorthodox here. We're going to go H-pattern GTE mode. When you crossgate a GT Ferrari. Nice livery on that one. It's actually got a bit of chroming effect to it, which is pretty cool. Of course, you can keep it flat as we shift up here because it's actually sequential. So we can get any kind of toe from this other Ferrari. Actually weirdly satisfying with an H-pattern box. Take the corner so much quicker. Oops. Caught in mid-corner. But yeah, so again, the circuit's racing really well. This particular section is a little bit Mickey Mouse in honesty, but everything else, not too bad. Come on forward, let's go. It's just tentative to get in there because New is on the outside. Still alongside us though, but we have the inside line for turn 1, which is important. Not that we're going to make it there because this is the final lap, of course. So look at this, all in the straight line of that board, just towards the end there, much more top end. Okay, well there we go. That's Fuji, everybody. Again, nice looking circuit. Good camera angle into turn 1 there to try and target the inside of the Ferrari. AI is taking everyone's jobs, even yours, yeah. Oh well. That's the end for me. Look at that side by side in the background there. Ooh, and a camera shake even as we go through that, that's pretty cool. And the camera's got some dynamic movement to them, so you can see there it kind of picked up the car late and quickly moved over to catch it, so rather than just being like completely fixed on the car as it moved around, so it's pretty neat. Yeah, looking good. So Fuji, some extra Japanese content to go along with Suzuka on AMS2. So if you're a fan of Japanese circuits, that will sit in very nicely indeed. Right, so let's continue down our list here. Make sure I don't miss any this time. So Mojave. Okay, next up, we're going down, way down to Christchurch, New Zealand, for Ruapuna, or Mike Perro International Raceway, I think it's known as officially, but Ruapuna for those who are familiar with the track. So again, they've got the full GP layout. You have the outer loop, which cuts out all the infield, and then you have a club circuit, which is pretty much the outer loop, but with a little bit of extra twiddly bit towards the end of the lap. We have the A circuit, which is the shortened tail end of the lap, and the B circuit, which is the northern side of the track. So yeah, plenty of variations available here, which is really cool. So we'll start off with the full GP circuit and go from there. Let's just do this as a test day for now, and we'll find a suitable vehicle. Hopefully the shifter's not playing up. If not, it'll have to be H-pattern only for the rest of the evening. Well, I sort that out later on. Right. Should we go with? Let's go with Formula Junior, shall we? I feel that could be quite fun around here. So let's go find Ruapuna again. There we are. Start time at 7 o'clock. You move that forward a touch. All right. So here we go. One thing I'm going to show you a bit later on as well, actually, is the weather side of things, because something interesting I found. Okay, from the Junior. Here we go. I'm going to shift with my handbrake. That's not going to work. Right. Here we go. Flags are fluttering in the wind. Donald's a fan of these cars. Not sure if I'd like them in AS2. I can't remember if they're good when we drove them. Ah, yes, no, these are definitely very, very good in AS2. Right, here we go. Stone cold tyres, so need to be a little careful as we go around this outlap. Nice quad, precariously placed on the inside there. Very safe. Turn. Very good. Now, we've got these very big power line cables running through the middle of the track here, which is very, very interesting looking. Not many circuits have power cables running right through the middle of them. To the hairpin, beautiful sunshine in the distance there. Some little single tyre stacks to avoid. Nice mountains in the distance. Now, I do like the Ruapuna circuit. It's got a nice flow to it. Those of you who are familiar with the channel know that I am a big fan of the circuit's flow, which means it makes it even more enjoyable to drive. So this is one of those circuits which, although a little stop-starty at times, all works together. A little bit of early morning mist across the road there. This section here is pretty quick through there. And again, have a quick left-hander. Cut a little bit on the inside there. Down towards the final corner here on the GP circuit. Very long, progressive left-hander which opens up. So it's tighter initially, and then you start to get the power down as you go. There's quite a rough and ready looking circuit Ruapuna, and there's lots of different surfaces on the top of the circuit. So you've got different track surfaces to deal with. But it adds to a little bit of charm, I think. So down to turn 1, this is actually a really fun corner because it has a little bit of a kink initially. You're braking in a straight line towards the exit there, so the outside of the circuit before turning in. Still got no temperature in the tyres, so not much grip through there. Like the makeshift grandstand on the right hand side, they're made out of, well, there's a few of them actually made out of truck trailers. Too busy looking at the grandstands, not my braking and turning points. Down towards the hairpin. That's also pretty cool. So there's it's going to slow down here a second. Let's look in the mirror. So the burger and grill van on the bank there, if you can see that, there's smoke coming out the top of it. So the burger and grill van is cooking everybody. So if you're hungry, you know where you need to go. Little details like that really adds up to a very immersive experience, which is very, very cool. Right, back to the driving. There's that change of track surface across the exit of that corner there. Love that section through there, it's so fun. You're just going to fling the car left and right, or right and left. Get it slow down for the first part here, and then leave the power on. Add some opposite lock, and increase the width of your grin as you get through the final corner there. Amazing. Rev the little Formula Junior all the way up to 9,000. Right. Sling it into turn 1. It's not wide enough, Phil. You need to be braver on the way in there to get over to the right hand side, because turning in mid-track there is not ideal. Right, let's try and make this corner this time. Give it in third gear. Like a wheel on the tyre on the inside. A little bit of runoff on the exit there we can use, which is handy. Into the head once again. Sniff the smells of the burgers cooking. Absolutely love this circuit, it's so good. Just feel your way through that left-hander. Go to the left. Not that far though. Way too far. Right, here we go. Tyres are slightly warming up, helped by a little bit of sideways action. Love that section so much, it's fun. Right, back into the final corner once more. Love balancing these little cars. Cross-play tyres, of course, so not very much grip available anyway, even when they are warmed up, but it means you can have a lot of slip angle as you go through the corners, so you do get a lot of car movement. Right, be brave, Phil. Go over to the right. A little better, still a little hesitant on the throttle, just didn't know if I slowed it down enough or not. They turn in for the hairpin. Brakes are definitely warm. Okay, not so wide this time. Again, another one of those corners where you just have to feed the power in as you go. Aim for the curve on the inside. You hit it that time. Too much understeer at that time. I was going a bit too quick in the first section, so couldn't get the power down as hard as we'd like on the exit there. But there we go. I mean, it's a very small scale circuit this in comparison to some of the other ones that we have in the game. But then there's a few of the Brazilian circuits which are a little bit similar to this as well. They're just, you know, nice, no frills, just good sections of tarmac and just good tracks to race on. So definitely fits within the scope of the AMS2 track offering, and I love all the little details around the circuit as well. It looks fabulous. Again, another Project Cars 2 edition there. But yeah, good fun. I don't know if it needs to be approved by anyone. I don't know. I'm not sure what the process is. I think people are just converting them and posting them. I'm not sure they're being sent for any kind of approval at all, what I know of. Right, another one I've skipped over because I was so excited to get to Ruapuna. Rouen-Les-Essarts in France. Very classic classic circuit, which probably could have been quite similar, quite suitable for the Formula Junior, but we'll do some classic F1 cars around here because that's very much where this is needed. So we have a standard long version, then we have a short one which cuts through towards the end as well. So we'll drive the long version here, and let's go find a suitable classic Formula car to send around here. This is probably all too modern. Should probably go with some of the Formula Vintage offerings, I would have thought. So we'll go with 49. Let's add some other cars to this actually. Good. Right. Okay, so Formula Vintage Gen 2, same class, Ruapuna, Rouen. There we go. Again, well, let's go straight into the race because why not? So we love our historic stuff. We love historic stuff here at simracing Bible, and AMS2 has a lot of good historic content available. So obviously the old Nordschleife, the old Spa circuits, vintage versions of Silverstone, Hockenheim, you name it. There's loads of historic content available, and we love it. And we're all here for it. And this is one of the ones which is a really good addition to it because it's a really fun, interesting circuit. Those of you who are R-Factor users may remember this circuit. It's one of the ones that Virtual LM Modding Studio created and released for that platform, which has then been converted to other platforms as well. So well familiar with this particular circuit in terms of its history in sim racing. So let's see how it drives in AMS2. And again, cinematic opening intro. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. What a car. Here we go then. Straw bales line the track. Peak safety of history of motorsport. Away we go. Love the look of this place. Didn't quite love that as much. Hang on a second. Let's just see what happened there. Poor start there for me. Okay, what goes on in front of us here? Ooh, okay, yeah, so we clipped the tyre stack on the front of the entrance to the pit lane. Okay. Take two. Let's try that again. Maybe we'll just hang back and let that accident happen if it's going to happen again. Let's see. Come on. Just let them have their moment. Oh no, they're good. Cool. Worth hanging back just in case. Right, into turn one. Very quick, very bumpy. Very brave AI trying to get on the curb on the outside there. Car, yeah, lots of feedback and detail coming through the wheel. But yeah, love the historic banners on the exterior of the circuit, all the advertising boards. And down into the very unique section here, which is this very, very tight hairpin with banners all over the grass verges, and then you come across this kind of cobbled section. There's a really tight hairpin, and then fire back up the hill on the other side. That's how our crazy racing grandpa left us, kids. Yeah, that was the end of him. Ooh, speaking of which, got more on the roof. Well, racing back then, different times, different men. And women as well. There were some women drivers back in the early days of Formula 1, of course. Just not as many as the men, but no less brave. Here we go. This is where we start opening up a little bit. It starts to get a little bit more open up towards this direction here, which means the speed builds. And so does the opportunity to have a monumental off. Oh, the sun peeking through there as we turn that corner. Beautiful. Right, so I get the feeling there's a rather large braking point coming up here in front of us because there's some solid objects. Down to first gear, over some more cobbles. Avoid the brake check in front of me. Just. Hey, Samuel! That's not a slow corner, Phil. There we go. And then, just like that, we're back to the start-finish line by the looks of things. Flat out over there, so quick. Right, turn one then. Bit of a dab of brakes. Probably a bit more of a dab of brakes needed. Got for grass, okay. We survived, just about. Brakes nice and early this time so we can get stopped for the hairpin in front. So tight through that. Off the grass. Ooh, more smoke ahead of us. Days of thunder. Just drive through it. There they are. Two of them up on the right. Very much about survival. I mean, driving on these circuits with these bumps and the large curbstones and things, you know, so many things that could easily just trip you up and that'll be the end. Quite literally. Get off. There we go. Alright. Quick breather time. So you hang on around this flat out right-hander. Defend, is he? Okay, good on the inside. Some more carnage. Where are we currently? P20. Thought it'd be higher than that with all the attrition that's been going on, but never mind, we're good. Enjoying the situation of where we're racing here. I mean, the sense of speed as you come through the pits area there, incredible. Okay. Manhandling this Lotus around. Nudge. Push to pass there, he ends up on the grass. Sorry. I ended on the grass as well. Someone's gone up all on their own. So AI is certainly prone to some mistakes around here by the looks of things. Which is good. Makes things interesting. Get out of the way. Goodness me. Hold on, dear life. Right, here we go. Got the run. This is for P17 here. Is he going to defend? No. Trim the board. Right there. Very go, leaving the 200 board, Phil. Luckily, those tyres are movable. That fence is not. Cool, there's a movable track finisher as well. That helps. If those were solid, that would just be like... Oh. Use the curb to stop us from sliding wide there. Okay, final lap coming up then. Got to brake. Got away with it. There's cars strewn all over the road. A great place to watch. It's kind of like a natural little bowl there, so people will be up on the hillside in the grandstand there watching on. Really cool. Run here. Just the curb on the inside, but we're good. On the outside, not so good. Okay, just one more corner to go, or maybe two more corners to go, and then we can cross the line. Still inside the top 20, despite our little moments. One of the easiest passes you'll make. Right, brake before the 200 board. Bit more successful through that corner that time. There we go. Last corner coming up. Just a little dab of brakes through there, not much. But yeah, does this fit in the AMS2 historic bunch of tracks or what? It's pretty special place, and again, just adds to your overall experience of driving these historic cars in AMS2, because it just works. It just works really well. Yeah, Donald. Actually, we multiplayer race like these going on. Yeah, I mean, there was some pretty scary stuff happening out there, but invigorating all the same. So there we go. That's Rouen, the long version. And there's the short version which cuts off that really fast part of the end of the lap, so it would brake early, and then you got a couple more corners to blow through there. They're quite nice, those ones. You kind of just blows from right to left. It's just nice. Okay, carrying on. Let's go down our list here a bit more. Okay, Sonoma. Now, this one, I believe there's an issue with the GP circuit and the AI, I think. So maybe we'll run. Oops. What am I on here? I'm on race, aren't I? Yeah, cool. Not where I was for a moment. So we'll run. Unfortunately, the GP circuit is one of my favourites, but we'll run short layout here and see how this goes, because this is also really, really good. So you have the full GP, we have the national one which has the chicane there, which I don't particularly like that layout. I much prefer the sweepers through there. It's much more fun. So we'll do the short version, which cuts out the big inner loop, and then just does, it's like the NASCAR version essentially. So we'll run that. Speaking of which, I think we should do something. Let's do the Copa Montanas around here, shall we? Let's do it. Let's choose a livery. Let's go with that one. It's cool. Right. I don't know. As I say, I'm not sure whether the AI will work here, but I think it's only the GP circuit which the issue's on. But we'll find out, I guess. Here we go. Oh. We're getting through them. I mean, there's obviously different variations of the circuits which we've not driven, but if we have time, we'll go back and revisit some of those. Okay, so here we are, P4 on the grid, apparently, in a field full of Copa Montana pickups. We're going to run the short circuit here at Sonoma. Again, cinematic intros, the order of the day. Let's see if my H pattern's going to be... No, it's double shifting again, so it's fine. We'll do H pattern. Unorthodox, but... Okay. Up towards turn 1 here at Sonoma, uphill. And then over the crest at the top here. Now this particular circuit I have driven in real life, so I can give you my thoughts, my feedback based on what I've experienced myself. Albeit I did the long version, but everything else I can give you a reference on. Whoa! Okay. The Cobra Montanas don't like those curbs. Right, into the sweep as we go. So those sweepers get slower and slower as you get through. Oops, too quick into there. Right, okay, so what I can tell you is it's not the most accurate version of Sonoma. I'll tell you why in a moment. So, first of all, it's really wide going up there, and then that elevation there is very weird. It's not quite like that. It's a bit more smooth going to turn 1, and then this is much more exaggerated on the game than it is in real life. And then that's a lot flatter than it is in real life. And then that's more exaggerated. So this is some of the elevation changes are always very, very cool. Don't quite add up, which is a shame. Avoid that curve on the inside because that's just asking for disaster. Right. Love that through there, just going to flick it over to the right, drop off the crest. That's also not quite right. This is really weird and flat here for some reason. And then, as you come through this right-hander here, normally there'd be a little bump in the road about here, which is where you would brake. But on this version it's just completely flat, so a few little issues there, but nevertheless, it does represent Sonoma to a degree, and you can race on it, as you can see. You've got company behind. Down the hill. Again. It's so easy to run off like that over the top of the hill there because you just think you can take more speed than you actually can. Oops. Right out to the wall there. Okay. Best bit of the track. Oh, big hop over the curb. He's got the run on us here. Little nudge just to remind him who he's overtaken. Right, we're sitting P3. We're still in for a podium here. Leader's long gone. 4 seconds up the road. We really don't like these curves. Could just be the nature of the vehicle. Oop. It's another 2 gone in the mirror. go. Yeah, Azure is with me on the PC2 Sonoma is probably not the best version of it. Uh-oh. Crunch. It's a shame because I really love this circuit. It's one of my favourite American circuits. So there we go. Lost our podium right at the end there because we had a moment at the hairpin, but there we go. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment really, unfortunately. Just not necessarily to do with the quality of the visuals or anything like that, that's fine, but just, yeah, the overall layout of the circuit just not quite right. Then that's what we're dealing with, so that's not any fault of the guys who converted this to AMS2, that's just the nature of the track model as it was in Project Cars 2. So there we are. Right, let's move on. Let's see what else we're going to find here. So H pattern only for the rest of the evening by those things before I try and figure out why I'm double shifting with my paddles there. Could be because I've over tightened it earlier on. I have to adjust that a little bit. Right, next up. Another Japanese circuit, Sugo. Now, again, not particularly familiar with this particular track. I know, again, bikes are quite popular around here. So, as we don't have any bikes, maybe we do something bike engine power would, but have to be H-patterned. Shame. Well, let's do. What are we going to do? Let's do some Opalas, shall we? Let's do the 86 Opalas. And again, quick 4-lap race around Sugo. Learn as we go. Why not? Good fun. So Donald, I missed your message before. These are pointless as road. These are pointless as road cars, even more so as race cars. It's even possible. All right, here we go. Sugo. Again, from the visuals there, you can see pretty looking environment. Let's wheel on the Opalas. We're rolling backwards, but that's okay. We're going to get going in a second. Here we are. Middle of the grid. Down towards turn 1 we go. Alright. Again, just very exploratory first lap here, just to see where we're going. Let the AI lead us around. So a lot narrower circuit than some of the other ones we've been driving on this evening, so makes for some tighter driving. Got one on the inside, one on the outside. Ourselves in the middle of a 3-wide sandwich there. Looks like a tight hairpin here. Oh, no. Lots of track cutting action on the inside of those curbs. Right. Chance to let the Opala stretch its legs slightly here. And there we're going on the brakes. Oops. Avoidance braking, always good. Sorry, so that particular driver who I completely blocked out of that corner. Quite a tight, technical, twisty little track, this one. Lots to remember. Final corner is actually quite. This is the final corner, I think it is. It's quite like a reverse version of the final corner at Charuma, isn't it? Heavily banked and then rising up the hill. Okay, well that's a lap completed. Let's see if we can push on a little bit more as things are settled down there. chicane section there. I think from memory, my first experience of this particular circuit in a game as such was one of the old Superbike games, actually. I want to say EA Sports Superbike 2000, I think. But even then I didn't use this circuit particularly that much. I probably wouldn't have been an accurate representation of it either. Very fun. Nice little stadium section here with some grandstands going all the way around. Okay, well, this is actually quite a nice little circuit. Actually, be quite well suited to some of the slower cars, so maybe some of the hot cars or Cobra Classics and things like that. Might be quite good around here. It's certainly suiting the Opala quite nicely. There's this looks like a Dunlop type bridge. And again, circuit details, you've got people waving flags, all sorts of stuff going on. So it's alive and well, and again, matches the circuit visuals that you see in other tracks in AMS2. Always take too much speed into that corner, you need to slow down much more than that. Kind of almost got a bit of a Cadwell Park feel to it as well. It's narrow and some quite twisty sections like this. It's quite nice, you can flick it in there, there's a nice little compression on the middle of the corner. That's much quicker than I was expecting it to be. It wasn't the run at the final corner I was hoping for. Yeah, AI quite nicely matched around here. You can actually have a reasonable race with them. See if we can be brave on the brakes in turn one. Except he turns in on me and we get stuck together. So we got him. Right, slow this one down a bit more, Phil. We need to get the thing stopped. Better. Bit of a hop over that curb. Down the brakes, keep it in third. Again, same for this one. So that one might be a second gear corner, but thankfully the torque of the Opala helps us out of there. Okay, final lap then, down towards the hard braking point here. P13. This next one's quicker. Yeah, that's nice through that. Once you get that hooked up. Keep it in third, keep it up to the left, and then turn it in. Let the corner come to you, carry the speed. Get held up. And then off we go. Yeah, that's a pretty fun end to the lap. I think I prefer the end of the lap than I do the beginning of the lap, but yeah, overall, what a nice little circuit actually. And again, as I mentioned, beautiful visuals to it. And again, also fits in with the, I guess, more club racing type feel that you get with some of the circuits in AMS2. So yeah, that fits in nicely as well. Strong stuff. Really good stuff. I mean, great selection of circuits available. Okay, one more location to show you guys. And then we'll see what we have left to explore. Willow Springs. Just recently added to iRacing. Features in a couple of other sims as well, not officially of course, but this one, another desert style landscape. Fast flowing corners on that one. So this is the regular International Raceway. I'm not familiar with the Horse Thief Mile though. I'm looking on the track map, I'm trying to figure out where on earth that actually fits compared to everything else, unless it's an entirely separate circuit. It's only short, 0.99 miles, but just looking on the regular track map, I don't see anything that resembles that one, but that's okay. We'll start off with the regular version first, so we know where we're going there. Now I just need something suitable for this one. Let's tell you what we'll do. It's RSR time. Although, no. Maybe it's Corvette time. We're in the States, wrong. But what we will do... Oh, here's a race, isn't it? That's fine. Yep, so same class. Oh yes, I was going to show you one other thing as well. Once we've done this one, I'll show you something else which I've come across. We haven't tried it yet, but I'll see if it works. Don't know if it will, but we'll see. Alright, so Willow Springs, heat haze in the distance, of course, very warm part of the world. Here we go, so we're on the grid P13, so where we finished the last one. That is the song, it's done, yeah. It's very, very fitting. Okay, let's fire up this big V8. Let's see how we get on around here. Let's see if the 911s leave us through the corners. But again, looks pretty nice. After turn one, Corvette hacking a wheel on the inside there. Come on, let's get things going here. It's kind of stuck in a bit of a train. I'm sure we can go through here a bit quicker. Big, long, never-ending right-hander there. And we start to go left here, tightens up a little bit. The big Willow Springs building at the top of the hill. We drop back downhill again. Wow, that's got a view in the distance there. They almost look 3D, even though it's a long way off. Over a little rise. Try not to hit the Porsche. Stretch the legs. Off we go. And this final corner again is another really long sweeping corner, which then tightens at the end. So a couple of cones to try and help you familiarise yourself with where it is. And it straightens up a little bit there. Maybe on the brakes a touch there. Look for the curve on the inside. And then launch it through there. So there we go. It's a lap of Willow Springs. We've absolutely annihilated the opposition. Right, turn one. Forgot. There's no brakes in this thing. Bit of a drop off here, sorry. Well, we're still miles ahead of everyone, so no harm done really. So AI maybe not quite as strong around here, which is interesting. They're pretty good everywhere else, but for whatever reason, around this circuit, they are a little bit slower. Oops. So even the Corvette, which isn't particularly good at cornering, managing to hang on reasonably well around here. Right, back to this final long sweeper. Let's see if we can get through here. This is very much the outside line there. No. See, it's so easy to just run off there because you just lose track of where you are. That was a bigger impact than I was expecting. Did I move that barrier? Maybe I did. Okay, let's come out again. Oh well. Let's retry. Let's see if we can have a bit more fun with the AI. Come on, number 10. I'm gonna hurry up. Everyone's queuing up on the inside here. Let's go around the outside. Very bumpy on the exit of that corner there. Moving second gear as we chuck into the left. Force chop through at the moment. Not for long. More bets coming. This time, let's try not get lost. I guess that's why they put the cones there, huh? So maybe a little bit more in the way of braking into the second part. And find the apex. Power through. This time we'll try and brake for turn 1. More successful that time around. Going to try and apex a little bit later here. There's the cone at the top of the hill, which is probably put there quite handily to let you know that's the apex point. Still have to carry the right speed through there. No cones to help you out with the apexes through there, though. Yeah, when you get into it a little bit more, it's got a nice rhythm to it. Get that cone on the inside there. Brakes. It's never ending. That poor left front tyre is starting to go a little bit yellowy colour through that long final corner. Apex point at the top of the hill. There we go. Much easier to find the apex on that one. The camera really helps you into that corner. Very handy that they have these little helpful marker points for you to reference yourself against. Just with finding your way around what is a pretty barren landscape. It's better. Much better through that. bit more control. Okay, one more lap then. Let's see if we can put it all together. Just a bit of patience through there sometimes works better. Lock it. The brakes early so we can find the apex on the inside. Still missed it. You have to hold on quite a bit through that middle section, it's quite bumpy. And I was too tight going through there, which meant I was too narrow going into the final part of that corner, but that's okay. Not to worry. A comfortable win by 26 seconds over the AI. Yeah, AI a little bit slower around that particular track, but that's okay. You just have to turn it up if you wanted to run a competitive race around there, I suppose. Okay, well that's that. So let's just see if I can find an example of what I was trying to show you earlier on. So let's go to... try to find circuit type one rather than a point to point. Well, let's do Ruapuna. I'm going to go to. We'll try a different one. We'll do the club, shall we? Right. So weather forecast. No, so it's not on that one. So we can't do that. Let's try. Fuji. Snow. Now we don't have snow in AMS2. Apparently this does. So let's go into blizzard mode and see if that actually works. So I'm curious. So obviously we're using madness moments here. So we're at Fuji. Let's well, as it's snow, let's get a suitable snow plowy type vehicle. Use the Nissan for this one. How could this possibly go wrong? Right. Let's see if it can handle the snow. Interesting. It'd be interesting to see whether that gets implemented, or even if it's of interest to the guys at Riser to add snow to the rest of the tracks available. Oh, it works. Okay. We're on wet tyres. Be sensible. Oh, the car's even covered in snow. Wow. Okay. Wipers. So this is interesting. It actually shows you that the mechanics in AMS2 are there. Albeit if it's just visual maybe, but is it slippery? That's what I want to know. It's pretty cool seeing the snow come down and it all built up on the windscreen. Quite difficult to see where you're going when it's these kind of conditions. You wouldn't necessarily race in conditions like this if you could possibly help it. But again, that's why we sim race, we can do stuff like this. Where am I going? I don't know Fuji at the best of times, let alone when I can't see. Well, the pace is definitely slower and it's pretty slippery. I don't mind everyone smashing past me. Just trying to survive. He says, dive bombing into the into the tight section. Well, the grass is still visible, so that hasn't been covered in snow. I could have our track limit penalties off. That means nothing that I just completely cut the chicane out. Fair game. What? Yeah, I deserve that. Well, there's a whole lot of hardy spectators out there, stunning out in this awful blizzard condition. It's been absolutely freezing. But then, what would you do if you had the option of seeing a full grid of Group C cars blasting around Fuji? Would you hang it out, or would you call the day and go home? Right, let's head down to turn 1, having no clue what's ahead of us. The lights on might help. Alright, no brake here. No? Yeah. Just saw the 150 board and thought, yeah, probably should slow it down. Well, I must admit, although incredibly difficult to see what you're doing, it's pretty cool that it's an option should you wish to drive Fuji in the snow. You have to have a good memory or have driven many laps around Fuji in order to be able to do this in some form of success. For me, it's mostly guesswork at the moment. Where we head down towards. I dive bombed everybody. I'm going to do exactly the same. I didn't get it stopped. See an opportunity. Make it some ground on the competitors. There we go. This is why we leave track limit penalties on in online lobbies. Otherwise, it would just be a free for all. So let's put some more wiper speed on here, add some extra downforce and some visibility to go with it. Tiptoe onto the front straight. Hey Tom, welcome to the blizzard. Right, let's try and get it stopped. Turn 1, but also without braking massively early, so that's 250. Yeah, okay, that's probably about right. And one on this man's ahead of us. Oh, that's not stopping, is it? Or is it? It is! Right. So don't take too much speed through here because you can't hold on to it, so let's just try and find our apex point. There it is. We'll dial at the inside here because we can't stop. Take 2 more positions. Act like you meant to do it. Big sideways on the way out. Introduces up to the barrier. Okay, well that's pretty insane. But it's possible, and you can do it in AMS2. I think it's interesting how this obviously isn't a modded car, so it's not like it's carrying the kind of the snow modding into AMS2. This is a native AMS2 car which has the ability to display the snow buildup on the windscreen, so and on the car as well, as you can see. So it's there, it's in the background, it's just not utilised or switched on for all the tracks in AMS2, which is interesting. But yeah, so that's a little extra nugget available to you should you wish to not see where you're going and crash more frequently than normal. So there we go. Interesting. Right. Well, we've got a little bit of time before we wrap things up here, but let's go back and revisit some of the other circuits we quite liked and see if there's any other layouts that we can try in the meantime. So Let's go back through here. We didn't get to try the outer one at Ruapuna, so we'll do that. Not in blizzard conditions this time. Let's find another suitable H-pattern car that we can use for this. There's only really one, isn't there? It's Fuska time. It's been a while. So yeah, quick all-out race around the outer loop here at Ruapuna. What this does cut out, of course, is my favourite kind of right-left combo corner in the middle or towards the end of the lap. But you do get the final corner and the first corners, which are going to be fun. This looks dark. Right. We have no headlights. Just when you thought you could see where you're going. We have no headlights and we're racing in darkness. Okay. At least now we get to see the night lighting around here. So there's a couple of circuit lights which look very nice actually. Nicely done. It's obviously not fully lit, it's not meant for round the clock endurance racing. Right, just a quick left-hander here. Double brakes. Curbs are much bigger when you're driving one of these. Right, and towards the hairpin here. Now I think we should be doubling back to the right as we get through here. Music's still going. Turn it off. Yeah, there we go. So double back to the right. And here we go. Up towards the final corner. Check it in. Slide it out on the exit. Okay. The layout's not too bad. Let's try and do a little better. There we go. Time to turn one here. It's hard enough being brave into turn one as it is, let alone when you can't see where you're going. Alright, brake about 100 board. Out to the right. Chuck it in. Rear engine takes over. Off you go! Well, Fuska will Fuska. Let's get back on track and see if we can hunt these guys down. A little over ambitious, but at least we have some lighting to follow now. Even if there's just tail lights. Okay, this time down into the hairpin. And what I was doing this time, last time, to completely miss where I was going, but okay. Bit of stern defense from the guy ahead there. On the outside, we'll find a gap, cut through to the inside. That train of Fuskas going down to turn one, isn't it glorious? Okay, here we go. Try and keep on the inside. I do like the reflections of the lights in the glass in the windscreen. That's pretty neat. Alright, this time, don't throw it off. Balance it through turn one, much better. Made a couple of positions as well, even better. Alright, P19. Let's see if we can get top 15 by the end of this one. Spy a move down the inside, maybe. Yep, possibly. To the door. Okay. I'll be having our work cut out to try and get to the top 15 at this rate, but we'll see. I'll stop trying. So we'll sneak up the inside on the exit there. So we didn't try the AI around here, I don't think anybody so. This is first time experiencing them on this circuit. Not too bad, maybe a little slow out of the final corner there, but everywhere else they're reasonably strong. Right. Nice and steady and easy through turn 1. Where's that guy going on the inside there? That's a very defensive line. We'll make use of that. And again, going for the inside into the hairpin. Ooh. Even trying to get into the door of the other guy ahead. Let's try and go around the outside, which gives us the inside for the next right-hander. There we go. Cleared the Maniac, and off we go. Say clear the Maniac, there's another one behind this particular wheel that we're on board with now. So that's given. There we go. Little bump draft nudge. And punch a busker-sized hole in the air ahead of us. Didn't quite make our P15 with P16 at the end there, but pretty fun. Yeah, not bad at all. Outer loop version of Ruapuna there. Okay, any other ones we want to attempt to have a go at before we wrap things up here? Circuits, right. Let's go back through and see if there's anything else here that we could explore. We could do another one of the Mojave ones, I suppose, couldn't we? What have we got? So we did the Sidewinder, we did the Cougar Ridge. Let's try this one looks pretty intense. Let's try this one, 1.8 miles, the ascent. Presumably there's be some ups and downs to be involved here. Let's move the start time forward to 9 o'clock, give us an opportunity to get some daylight maybe. Right, so I think this one, let's go with a Cation, shall we? Let's do a Super Sports. We'll go with the green roll cage version. Okay, and again, quick 4-lap race, same class, let's go. Let's see, that's the tight hairpin obviously there, so I need to be aware of that. That's pretty much the end of the lap, I think, isn't it? Right. Here we go then. Back in the sunshine. Helps with seeing where you're going. Here we are then. Mid-grid again. Spread out, cars everywhere. Right, on the brakes. So we know this one. This is the one which would normally go onto the banking, but not this time. Right, so we're going to look up through this reverse corkscrew. This is why it's called the ascent course, obviously. Look at this. Had the AI covered through there, right. No one's braking particularly hard for this right-hander. They're just taking it steady or what? That's okay. Go a bit quicker through there. Now we're on the descent. Ooh, my word, this is steep. Okay, brake lights are coming on again. Being particularly careful through here by the looks of things. Lots of direction changes which possibly could be causing the issues. Here we go, down towards tight hairpin at turn 1. Let's try and get a good exit off here. No. Got blocked mid-corner, so gonna get on the power early enough. Right. Do the ascent section once again. For a little catering like this. Come on. You've even got a throttle, let's go. Pretty extreme, that really, isn't it? Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I get the feeling there was a corner coming up, and there was. Just remember to listen to that little voice every now and again, especially if it says apply the brakes. It's a fun little section. These caterings are so good now with the latest updates as well, by the way. They're just so chuckable. Okay, look at the road winding away up the hills in front of us, so let's see what we can do in terms of carrying speed through here now that we have a clear road. Okay, pretty fun little section. Okay, slight dab of brakes there. Make it through to the left. Yeah, definitely a lot quicker than we were going through there before. Carry a lot of speed through there as well. And this is where it's getting a little hazy again, so this is off last time, kept on the black stuff this time. Not the best line, but still moving forward. Most important. Ooh. I love it when you go through corners like that and the back end kicks out and you just kind of hold it there, and it's just fun. So it doesn't look like the car picks up speed fast enough through those free fall downhills. Do you not think? That's my breaking point there. You think you should get away from it a bit quicker than that? I'll pay more attention to that this time going through downhill section. Right, here we go. Oops. A little bit too much said in that time. Oh, now we're stuck. I'm literally stuck. Can't move. And now we're just being subjected to some kind of torture staring into the sun. Come on. We might not even make it to the downhill section. Right, turn it that way. No, we're just stuck. Oh, hang on. Let me try and go this way. Okay. Oop. Now we're rolling back. Okay, good. Let's go back to the tarmac. Excellent. We're back in it. Well, that was a costly mistake. Okay. Fun games all over. Let's try and remember where we are. Right, let's pay attention to going down this hill then. I don't know, picks up pretty quick. Might just be masked by the fact that we have to kind of put the brakes on a little bit before we get into that proper downhill bit. was a better driver. Oh dear. Well, that was fun. Quite enjoyed that little track actually, especially in the case from Azure. Good, fun little car to drive around there. Wink. Can do that too. Right. Okay, well that pretty much wraps us up for the evening then, guys. Music back on. Yeah, so basically, the upshot of it is, track mods for AMS2, worth adding to your installation. I was on the fence for a very long time with modding with AMS2. I don't know, I just didn't trust that it wouldn't break stuff. But what I can tell you is it doesn't break stuff. You have to make some little adjustments to get them to run properly. Obviously, I mentioned at the beginning about turning off the track limits, penalties and things because of various situations. But with that turned off, you can race and have a good race on them as well. So, but they also provide a really good variety. We've seen we've got traditional kind of circuits. We have some point-to-point stuff. We have some historic stuff. We have a bit of everything going on. So it's really good to have even more variety available in AMS2 because it's one of the most wide selections of car and track combo you could possibly imagine in sim racing at the moment. So to improve on that and to go further with the options available is a big step forward. It's a step forward and it's a plus to the whole sim itself. So yeah, definite takeaways to bring from this is go try the RX cars at the California highway. Definitely worth going for. Ruapuna's, in my books, a fabulous track and worth adding. Fuji's pretty good as well. I'm not a massive fan of the layout, but if you like Fuji, no harm in having that on AMS2. But yeah, there's some really nice options. Ruin's really good as well for the historic stuff. That's really fun. But yeah, so there we go, guys. That is our take of the track mods for AMS2. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for your company as ever. It's great to have some new faces and some familiar faces on board with us as well. And it's good to be back streaming again. It's been busy old life recently, so it's good to get back online with you guys and just have some fun driving some epic combinations here in AMS2. So yeah, thank you guys for joining in this evening. We will be back again very, very soon indeed. Hopefully we're going to be doing some WRC this week. Because I believe it'll unlock for me on the 31st, but I'll probably try and do something tail end of the week, possibly on WRC. But looking forward to giving that a go, so stay tuned for that. It should be fun. Ed, welcome Ed. He says that they need to include an R Factor 2 style multiplayer. Yes, that's definitely revived R Factor 2, and if they can do something with AMS2, that'd be good too. You like twos. But there we go, guys. That will do us for the evening. Thank you for your company as ever, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.